Especially with only 4 days here in this tournament, if they can get a first place in this lobby, that's huge for the players, that's huge for the org Destiny. It's just a great thing. Not only that, the charities involved as well, who will be getting all that cash money. So Destiny, day one, can they keep it? That was my point. Can they keep that first place after this game? I'm looking forward to it.
100%, because again, there are a lot of stacked powerhouse teams in this lobby. As we look at this final plane path of the day, pretty brutal, not gonna lie. Players are gonna have to work around this. Depending on where the plane is, we may see some more early action than we're used to. But no, I think for me, the thing about Destiny, and you talked about this earlier, Dave, the idea that teams need to be able to play multiple styles. They need to know when to play passive. They need to know, flip that switch when to get aggressive. Destiny, to me, other than that first game, has been able to do a really good job of doing that. They'll play smart, concise, but you saw it in that last one. They're not afraid to just send a buggy off a cliff to get done what needs to be done. So I like that about them. I like the fact that they can, you know, turn on that into the aggressive mindsets of the Pubg. Something's hello? Hello? What's happening over there, Dave? I see action.
Do you? Is it the Pachinki? Stinky and Pachinki action?
It's in the Pubg.
Loka Nostra.
I saw shots. Loka Nostra. I saw shots being fired. What's happening, Dave? Things are happening.
Alpha 7. Dropping hot right now. Loka Nostra, they're looking to get some kill points in. You asked for it. You asked for it. What happened? Well, a couple one-taps right there in the booty. That's what happened.
Well, it's not ideal. That's certainly not ideal. Alpha 7. That's a point right there. And Alpha 7, they're down by 11 points coming to this game. So every single one is going to make a difference. We'll see what will. It's going to be, poke that head up. As Savage X is going to be able to get some revenge for the teammate. He's going to be able to follow through. As we're also seeing Bayo get involved in the kill feed with guns. Dave, what is going on?
Yeah, I was waiting for this to happen. We had 2 air goal matches, both Ghosts and Guns. They just, avoided each other at all costs. But Bayo finally taking the initiative right here to get a knock. But back to this fight over here. I was really appreciating Will's spot on that roof. A lot of sidelines. Oh, and Savage double knock grenade. Alpha 7 trying to get involved early, trying to get these points, but Loka Nostra putting a stop to it.
Oi, lads, let's get involved. That's what they're saying here, as they were able to split this team perfectly, which means that those 2 players that are down, no help will come to them. Carrillo and crew will need to get the rest of these kills in order to try and stabilize. So they're getting shoved into a corner, no helmet, no problem. Jump shooting with the 8K at point blank range, as they're going to try and find these angles as Will, Savage, everyone's getting involved. The shot comes in there, though. Uh-oh, Dave, that was huge. An overextension. Senatexa looking to try and do something here with the shotgun. Can they make it happen? Can they find the angles? Looking at needs to not bite off more than they can chew. Got to find the angles. Can't quite find the shot, though, Dave. This is massive as the last player standing. Alpha 7's going to fall.
Got him right there. The double barrel pump, though, it hurts. Oh, one fight to another. Freak back against the wall. Look like Tensa is trying to push this one. Freak with the Tommy gun able to put a stop to Tensa. Swapping on over to the Bison. Tagged in the back line right there. And I'm trying to rub my... Ghost taking out Guns here this game. And they should be able to get the pick up on the Tensa. Yeah, 4 kills. Okay, that's a fight. Hopefully there's some replays for. But back to Alpha 7. Double barrel pump to the face. I was thinking, I saw that one knock, right? Sent a text that got that knock. I was like, oh no, Loka Nostra. They might be folding underneath the pressure because they made that push before Will could make their way across the street. And you want to play your numbers advantage. Thankfully for them, they ended up coming out on top of that fight. But I was like, man, this could go south for them real quickly because of a timing issue. But Loka Nostra, they won. They won at the end of the day. So pretty solid fight. 2 fights so far, Paul. Pretty exciting for the final game here tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, they had a 5th place PMPL finish. I mean, Alizio actually had an MVP to his name as well. This is a squad that I think has flown under people's radars, and being able to just take a straight early game scrap. Yes, no vests, no helmets, no proper armament. Sure, but still being able to take that fight. It wasn't the cleanest thing we've ever seen, but they still took down Alpha 7. That's a statement piece right there as you take a look back at both, hopefully a bit of both fights, as we get to see this Alpha 7 scrap here, just trying to find the angles. But man, I gotta give props. Poconostra did such a great job of just shutting down every possible angle. Look at the way they just wrapped around here. And Texa with the jiggle peek, not quite enough to get it done. But Dave, I can hear something. I think it's Froz crying.
Oh, dude, you got him.
Take it
I'm
out.
a Guns fan too.
He predicted them to win, or second, to win again.
You got me there.
He predicted them to win again.
You made me so hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because he predicted them to win again, and they go out. Not first this time, but second.
Dirty. Man, I didn't know you had that in you. I'm not gonna lie, Paul. I didn't know you had
Dave,
that.
they got me up at 6:30 on the West Coast to cast this, all right? I'm not in my right mind. All right, this is the kind of weekend we're gonna be having.
I like it though. I like it, and I respect it. And that replay was the play I was talking about. Like, they started to make that push and collapse in on the Alpha, but Will wasn't there yet. That slight timing, it could have went south, but fortunately for them, it did come out. They came out on top. 4 points in their pocket. Ghost Gaming, I believe 7 said this is their game, that they really need to make some points. And talk about trying to get some points. UDR, pull up. That's what they're saying right here on the Clash.
I swear, Trajan has the worst luck of any player in the server. This guy gets like 1v4 caught out more often than anybody else. We've seen him do some work when he's been able to get the jump on his opponents, but this time, my goodness, the rest of the squad's got to roll up and try and help him, and that's going to be the case here. As we're actually seeing Sebi, the first one to drop. Poke is trying to stabilize as well. Trajan will go down. Nice nade on the outside. Luna, she's falling. Now it comes down to Azer, but MC on the outside. Great long-range shots. Pocus has got to try and win this. Nano's here as well. All about playing on the angles, utilizing the TPP. Luna's giving intel on the bottom of where Azer is. Dave, this one's a scrap.
Yeah, that was a nasty grenade out there to take out two from Clash, and Nano, Pocus dropping out at the same time, getting that pre-fire through that window. Sandro finally showing up to support their squad mates. Yeah, they were playing that anchor, playing that cover fire in the back end, but 3v1. Clash, tail between their legs right here, just trying to survive. I don't know if they will be able to do so.
I think if they were in a different position, might be the case, but there are vehicles here. This is just wide open terrain on the other side of this building. I don't think MZ's got any choice but to just try and take it full stim. I don't think you can run. I think you gotta try and stand your ground. He's actually going for the revive, but I don't think there's any way that he gets this.
You might as well. I mean, UDR, they're giving you so much time. UDR, they have to be aware, like, okay, there's a solo. I'm surprised that they actually went to loot those crates before trying to get this flush in the finish onto MZ out here. But the molly from behind will be able to do so.
Beauty.
That was, yeah, textbook, calculated. They saw that there's some enemies down there in the compounds. They caught them, and they sent 2-2. The communication right there from UDR. That was nice. So not only do they get some loot, they get some points, but they have a real strong position as of right now. Pretty center in this this circle.
I mean, unless there's some wild and crazy southern hard shift, yeah, UDR is in a stellar spot. As this next circle is going to...
Well, good for UDR. Not too bad.
Yeah, it's good, but I'm not... I would say there's like a 30% chance that we actually see a wild, crazy military hard shift. Would be the first time this game. Not a lot of teams favoring it. A lot more focus on the mainland. I'd be very surprised if we saw it here, but okay.
And I think that's what Onyx just said. Because I saw Master going up north for that wide rotate. They saw the circle shift. They're like, no, we got to pull back. But Ghost Gaming, already 4 kills underneath their belt. Going against El Chapo out here from RTG.
Oh, and Chapo is going to drop after that one. Just point-blank range. Not a lot you can do. And Ghost is mad. You can tell, Dave. They are angry. They have not had the day they've wanted so far. They're the great NA hope. And the Americans are not happy with how this is going.
Yeah, I mean, 4 games, not really making many waves on the leaderboard, but this is their match, right? 7 called it. This is their game that they really need to finish the day strong. 5 kills so far. They still have a decent amount, all 4 members alive. And I'm just trying to catch a glimpse. Position-wise, they're in a spot that we should see a lot of action, a lot of traffic, especially if this circle, like you were kind of calling it, does shift a little further south. Oh man, Ghost, they're in a prime position right now.
I mean, you know,
prime.
A clash on the coast is what we're looking at right here. If this circle continues to shift any further south, as everybody is jumping on the train, just trying to get to the station. Devin shot me a message as well, noting that Onyx is making this same crazy wide rotation. I hadn't noticed, but they are. Dave, this team, zero desire to fight at all in the early game. And while I understand the thought process there, that's not the mentality of a championship team. A championship team, we've seen it, wants to take those early fights when you're less likely to third party. You can rack up a bunch of additional points. You can secure not only placements, but hopefully all 4 kill points. The fact that Onyx is being so skittish and playing on the outside, now they're going to come in late, a positional disadvantage, and they have no kills. I don't know how I feel about this.
You say that, but if I'm Onyx with only 4 points, I'm going to try to just survive, you know, just survive at this point. If I'm them, I'm taking a boat and I'm sending it down there to the south, and I'm like, hey, I'm a military base island, look at me. Because that would actually be huge, because they would be the only team on that actual island, especially if it does shift down there towards the south. They would be in such a strong spot to get those placement points. So we'll see. Blue zone closing on in. Everybody, I mean, all the teams, all 13 teams, they're on the northern mainland. I have my fingers crossed right now. I hope, put in the chat right now, 1s if you want to go north, 2s if you want to go south. I'm spamming a 2. I want this to go south. 2, I want to see some craziness right here coming on out in this final match. We'll see. My fingers are crossed. I'm hitting 2 on the keyboard. Give me that power. 2s in the chat.
Let's go, because we haven't seen a single one so far today in our 3rd match. We'll see. Maybe we've gone and jinxed it now. Maybe not. We'll see where the circle gods opt to favor us here, as it is going to be. Nope.
Not enough 2s. Not enough. I blame the chat.
2s.
Not enough 2s.
Chat, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Come on.
Well, hey, regardless so far, Milta, it's going to be a banger. I mean, look at all this. Look at all the teams. Yeah, Onyx, 19E, Team Queso, they're all making their way on in. And we talked about that prime position. Ghost Gaming, they are set up to get massive kills if they play this one right.
And I'm looking towards Oka Nostra as well. We saw that early fight taking an Alpha 7. They were able to come in from Lipovka. They are set up in Milta as well as Chivas Esports. The squad has been consistently performing here. Oh my goodness, Lux, the one-on-one. Get out of here, Sandro. UDR has been on an absolute tear. And this is big, because now they're down to only a duo. And just like that, Chivas Esports, the squad from Mexico, is continuing to show their prowess on Erangel.
They are consistent, right? Didn't they get like 2 second-place finishes on Erangel?
2 second places.
And they're looking, Frost is looking for a 3rd second place from that squad. They dead center right now. And one thing that I keep seeing time and time again, the strafe, back and forth. I forget who I was listening to, pro player. They said when you strafe back and forth, now that everybody does it, like 90% of people do it, it's predictable. The left, the right, the left, the right. So if you really want to take it to that next level, just send it right all the way when you're strafing, and you'll catch your opponent off guard with that hip fire. Just something that I keep seeing here, and you know, I forget who told me that, but like I'm starting to realize, like, you know what, you might be right, because I'm like, why would you just go right in one position compared to left and right? You get what I'm laying down here, Paul? I'm just
also, yeah, especially because like think about like how you're physically playing on a phone screen. If you've got it like the way like being able to move your finger back and forth, covering you know that small piece of screen real estate, but the second you've got to compensate for your aim going all the way across, it could actually be physically uncomfortable. I mean, even if you play claw or like 2 or 3 finger claw, even depending on the way you play it.
Yeah.
Well, if you play thumbs, then you're really in trouble. But What? But no, but again, I could see that actually, because it could just be a little bit more awkward to control the spray if you've got to keep it in one direction. If you're bringing it back, constantly leveling up the sights, makes a ton of sense. And it's those little things like this, the game's just continuing to evolve. And I feel like we're starting to get into like the peak of what competitive PUBG Mobile is going to look like for the next few years. I feel like players are really starting to get a read on it. I feel like the last few years have just been the primer. How to rotate, how to lay down smokes, how to utilize vehicles, how to manage utility, how to back up your teammates and manage health and healing, blue strats with medkit. Like, I feel
all
like
types of things.
All types of things. Like, we're just getting better at everything, and now I feel like you're getting to the point where it's who can be the best.
Yeah, and I love watching the pros because, you can take their gameplay and try to emulate it into your own gameplay, for the most part. And I don't know if you're laughing at me trying to be a pro.
I'm laughing at me. I'm thinking about me trying to play like them. Good luck. I got stubby fingers, man. It don't work.
But next zone, UDR. They have a little tiny cover to work with. 19 esports from Canada, 3 McLarens. Right here, all lined up.
On the lot?
On the lot.
Show?
Buy one, get one free, depending on... if you got the day rate of $250 a day, I think Jason was talking about, maybe just maybe
one of them. Oh, master.
F's in chat. F's in chat.
Yeah, F's in the chat for
A2 come back stronger though. Honestly, all jokes aside, rewatch the footage. Your drop spots, your wide rotations, whatever you did in scrims, too predictable at this point. Like, just come into here, you're dead last. Put it all on the table. 3 more days, 15 more games to go. You could totally come back. There's a lot of games still to be had if you are a Onyx fan out there representing Georgia.
I mean, right now, Destiny is averaging 14.3 PPG, points per game, which is staggering. Onyx right now is averaging 1. If they could even get that up to a 9 or a 10, that would place them on par with the teams in the top 5. A big jump. It's a big ask, but they've made it here. They're in the Invitational. They're capable of this. They just need to completely reset, completely rethink, come back tomorrow stronger. But Dave, this game is still not done. Destiny did lose Beast earlier on, but they've got Nextria Gaming in a bit of an awkward situation potentially, but the way this next circle is, I don't think they're going to feel too comfortable either. They're still edge creeping, and that's not where they want to be right now.
And this game, it kind of feels slow. It's kind of a product of those early squad wipes we saw early on, right? 12 teams to go, circle number 4. There's a lot of terrain to still work with, a lot of open space. And I'll look at the minimap. Konina Power, looks like they might be trying to take a fight up here towards Shelter. A lot of teams kind of all near each other. Honestly, this next circle shift, though, is going to force them to get into some uncomfortable positions.
Yeah, there's a lot of open terrain here. Again, a little bit more space because, like you mentioned, there are less teams to vie with, less teams to contend with. But Godsend is looking to put up the pressure here. A little bit of pan action. That level 4 armor kicking into gear. DDR Killers, they've been down to 2 for a while, but Dave, they're actually in a good position to play spoiler to a couple of these other teams. Potential third party coming in here. They've got to be careful, though, that they don't stick their neck out too far as we're seeing Destiny moving in. Godsend potentially in a rough spot. Swave primes it, cooks it, sends it. And is it good? Absolutely
Close.
not.
Close. But they know that there's going to be somebody down here in the smoke. So even if they can't get that first one, toss a couple more. But RTG, Destiny, they need to be mindful. RTG, they're going to hear these grenades. They're going to hear these shots.
Oh, no.
And, yeah, fresh, prone right now. DP, lasering them, making sure to put a stop to RTG's push.
And the blue doesn't do so much damage at this point that you can tank up a little bit of it. Michi looks like they are going to drop. But Marshall, one of the last 2 left, will take the opportunity to continue to push in just a little bit more, creeping and crawling.
Okay.
Oh, wait, they're actually going to get Swave up. That's a big deal. I didn't think they were going to be able to get that res.
I think Swave just ran themselves over, Paul.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Mistakes for me. And Michi getting taken out. Michi, we've seen all day long. Michi, M249, nothing stopping them. So we'll see what they do. Destiny, only a duo. They're going to have a challenge. They need to make their way through RTG, Godsend, UDR, a ton of teams.
Well, Godsend at least is going down, looking towards this top 10 here as the circle did hard shift back towards the south. That favors teams like Konina Power. Chivas 19E is RTG. Unfortunate. Just the way these circles work, Dave, they were never able to try and stabilize. It's like they're in one scrap after another. No vehicle here for Carry Boy, only a single first aid. I mean, this is going to be just, this is the long road at the end. But like the road, I think it's not going to have a happy ending.
You know who's stable this game? Ghost Gaming. 5 kills, 4 up, down here to the south, still in a great position to gatekeep. Ghost Gaming, look at that, look at that. Thank you, observers, look at that. Look at that position, but before we get to that, oh, swap into the DP. Not what you want to do right there. Let's see though, Fresh. What can Fresh do on the outskirts? Steal some points? Possibly.
Still not in this next circle though, and this team is split. Team Queso, the base of fire. Oh my goodness. But oh man, I don't know. So many of these teams are in really rough spots right now. I'm looking over at our map, and just so many. What?
Dude, yeah.
What?
Dude.
What?
I felt like they had the advantage because they could see a team crashing them. Doesn't look like. Looks like Egypt. Egypt taking out Ghost Gaming and their position right there. Still, Ghost Gaming, 5 kills. Yeah, they took them out. It happened.
I hope we get a chance to see that back, because Dave, in my head, you said Ghost Gaming's in a great position. They've got 4 players alive. They're great to gatekeep. And the next thing I saw, like 30 seconds later, was Ghost Gaming eliminated, and I missed everything in between, as there's so much action on the screen in front of us. Top-tier casting, Paul. Great job. As the bush is coming in into Team Queso, trying to get under the hill. Not a single player going down. Oh, this is actually massive here from Next Ruya Gaming. Not a single player dropped. This is huge to the third party as well. They were just given a gift, Dave. Let's see what they can do with it.
Coming out from Turkey, looking to fight their way up this hill, get some damage on the board with these grenades and mollies, and then make the push. Frozen, remember, got taken down pretty early on. This one hill providing the cover between the two teams, so they're both looking to get these trades before forced to move right here on the edge, and oh no.
A bad spot for Team Queso coming into this game in 3rd place, surviving at least till the top 8. It all comes down to Axel, the last one up and alive, trying to hold the ground. Hooters here, but the nades are relentless. A personal mortar fire raining down onto Team Queso. The last player stay. Oh, okay.
Like dead. Jacob! What? Jacob!
Hughes!
There you
Where'd
go.
you come from?
Hey, they saw it out there in the distance and said, let's just, take a little shot out there. So that's that. Done and dusted. Here they are. They are sitting high and pretty, or they were, because next circle does not favor them, so they need to work their way through and avoid the crosshairs of Konina Power and 19E. 19E, though, in a shack. So we'll see. Xenox really going to have to come in clutch with their off angle as the only player not in that death shack, and here comes the push.
Here comes the push from Chivas. Nice smoke, laying down opportunities, moving the rest of the vehicles. No hesitation there from them. One big nade can spell disaster, though, but Xenox split from the rest of his team. The rest of the team that's just stuck, trapped within that shack. We'll see if there's any potential third parties coming in. Oh, this is actually really nice from Xenox. He's not in the shack itself. He's behind it, which is going to give him a little bit extra space to play with and also throw off, I think, where the opponents are going to try and throw those nades, which is worried about the rest of the squad, though, who are absolutely pinched and pinned. As we're seeing Xenox laying down. Luckily, that car sits so low to the ground, but not low enough, as Xenox is looking to put him 6 feet under Dave. Xenox, we've seen him go clutch 1v4 before. Can he do it again?
Yeah, Xenox really putting in the work right here. The smokes, taking some shots with the UMP, swapping on over to for the spray down right there. Jacob, see you later. Only 2 more up from Team Mexico out here. And 19E. Hey, Xenox is like, hey, you guys want to help me? Yeah, they're making their way on out of that shack, so they got 4 up. Let's see what they can do.
Comes down once again to Fran. Fran making that hero play time, and again for the squad, Nito is gonna fall. It always comes down to Fran, as all 4 members of 19E are pushing their way in, trying to survive in the smokes, the hopes and dreams of game number 5 hanging in the balance as KP steps a little bit too far. Raad hot off the win over Ghost is able to continue to put up the pressure, the power, as Chivas drops, and 19 survives just a little bit longer.
Look at this, 6 kills so far. Can they get the pickup Egypt out here trying to come in clutch. Oh, Pioneer though, quick flick. Thanks, see you later. Didn't appreciate that play earlier on. Konina Power, a solo down here towards the south by themselves. So they have that going for them as the other three teams up here to the north. Canada though, 19E. Is this the game, Paul? This is your squad. Team Canada, can they get this winner chicken dinner?
I don't want to jinx them, so I'm going to say absolutely nothing. As we're seeing Ruya Gaming, not in a terrible position either. I wish they'd back up and destroy this vehicle, because right now it's smoking and they are very close to just potentially dying. I don't think it's destroyed. Oh,
it's
I
destroyed.
would like to see that. Oh, it is? Okay, good.
It's got the tarp on it, I think.
Yeah,
so we'll see. Loco Nostra though, still alive. Remember, they got 4 kills very early on. They're currently sitting on 6. A duo, Savage Will, trying to make their way across this terrain, close the gap. They're going to be running into that solo from down there in the south, and they weren't able to get in. Very challenging, though. Look at this. Open terrain. You called it no vehicle to use. That was just
the
a push.
Yeah, without the smokes, that's nearly impossible. Again, util management. Dave, you planted the seeds in game number 1. It is still a factor here as the last remaining member of Konina Power has been spotted, but 19E will have to try and push their way in. As Ruya Esports, they've got the circle, they've got the high ground, they've got the cover, despite the fact that 19 have the numbers. Dave, that's the only advantage they have.
Yeah, they hear these bullets just whizzing over their heads right here. We can see 19E already taking off their backpacks to limit their player profile to not get spotted. But they can't look up. If they pop up, their head is going to immediately get tapped from up there on the high ground.
Between KP, and Ruya, like it's a guillotine, just waiting to drop. The second you pop your head up, it's like whack-a-mole. They'll just put you right back down. And Ruya Gaming, this is theirs right now. It would take a critical misstep for them with the positional advantage that they have for them not to walk away with the win on this one. And having that last, if it was a pure 4v3, I'd give a little more of an advantage to 19E. But because there's that last remaining member over there of Konina Power, that is just the fly in the ointment. That is the spanner in the works. That is the potential to just take it all away from them.
Definitely the wild card factor, and that's, I believe, why Sam trying to crawl up, get these mollies, and take them out, right? Take them out so they can just straight up focus that team that is going to be right above them. We'll see all these snakes in the grass right now. We hear the flashes, we see the smokes, and the mollies.
I mean, I got to give so many props here. Pioneer's doing a great job of surviving through all this. Look at those 2 vehicles, the perfect wall, the bunker. But Sam, the M249, potentially has the angle here. I'm sure he's going to get shot in the butt. But instead, well, he takes the shot himself. So that's Konina Power eliminated the 4v3. Can 19 Esports find it? But there's the first knock. That's what Ruya Gaming was looking for. That's the opening they need.
Canada versus Turkey right here. 7 kills. Oh, Kudar in that vehicle, trying to close the gap, trying to get the run over. What? Talk about the distraction play that's going to allow their squad mates to close the gap. Xenox in the smokes, the solo by themselves.
Oh my goodness. Dave, they're out here just playing roller. I don't even know what this is. That's just going to be the game. That's just going to be the win. Absolute insanity there.